All right. Welcome back, homesteaders, to Homestead News with Kevin and Pat. Today, we are going to make a classic. This is going to be sort of like the more traditional old recipe before they adulterated it with the bagel chips and all that. Because we are not going to be using bagel chips. We're not going to be using rye chips. We're going to be making it closer to that original. At the same time, this is going to be the Homestead Acre version. So we are going to need for our party mix, because even though we are using Chex, and it's the Chex mix recipe that we are kind of basing this off of, because we are not using everything that's Chex. We're using store brands and stuff. It's party mix. So first things first, you need need 6 tablespoons of butter. 6 tablespoons of butter. And we use real butter. We do not use margarine in our household. We do not consume vegetable oil, which margarine is made out of, because that is highly inflammatory. So, 6 tablespoons of butter. And then it's 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And some of this we're kind of eyeballing. But it's not exactly precise, because again, this is the Homestead Acre version, and we're actually going to be doing a couple different. All right, but more on that later, because some of this is going to be gifts, and we're going to be it's going to be a little different. But so then, need seasoned salt. So 1.5 teaspoons of seasoned salt. And kind of eyeballing it. So all right, now that we got our seasoned salt in there, and our butter and our Worcestershire sauce, we need to get that butter melted. So we put it in our roasting pan, and we need to get the oven fixed up to. We need to heat the oven to 250 degrees. So I'm going to put this in there, set it to preheat, for preheat to get that up to 250, and while that's preheating, it's going to be melting this butter. So we will be back in a few minutes and proceed with our next steps. All right. So we've got our butter melted, And, well, let me go ahead and show you what the pan looks like. You just got the melted butter, the Worcestershire, and the seasoning there. I'm going to go ahead and mix it a little bit. And then we need let me get the right box here. We need 3 cups each of the corn, wheat, and rice. So we go get the bags open a little bit. And I've got a 2-cup measuring. And of course, this could be done up however you prefer. If you prefer or to be all one flavor, it can be 9 cups of one flavor, or however you want. So that these measurements aren't exactly precise as far as the each goes, but going by the recipe, it is 3 cups of wheat, 3 cups of corn Chex or corn squares, and 3 cups of the rice. All right, so one, okay, and then the 3rd cup. All right, now that we got that, we want, let's see, we want 1 cup of mixed nuts and 1 cup of pretzels. So, and some people, they will use just peanuts instead of mixed nuts, or in our case, we are using cashews. And we got a 2-cup measuring cup here. We're just going to put the pretzels in there with in that same cup, and it's kind of good to break them up a little bit. They don't have to be precise. It is good to use the mini pretzels though. Mix all that cereal and the pretzels and the cashews together real well with the butter and the seasoning mix. and the Worcestershire really well. Because you want all that to be really coated, and you want the cereal to be a good mix. You don't want all one flavor in one area and another flavor in another area. You want it to mix together. Alright, and then we put that back in the oven of 250 degrees for 15 minutes. Then let's see, is that right? Okay, yeah. Bake 1 hour, stirring every 15 minutes. So we're going to put it in the oven for 15 minutes, stir it, and then put it back in and let it continue for a total of 1 hour or so. All right. We'll be back soon. So it's been the first 15 minutes, so we are giving this a good stir, making sure all those seasonings and the Worcestershire and butter gets melted baked into the cereal and nuts and pretzels. All right, and then after we get a good stir on that, maybe a quick bite. We'll push that back in the oven and bake for another 15 minutes. Alexa, 15-minute timer.
15 minutes, starting now.
And so there we have it. We have that's going to be our second 15 minutes. And we'll come back in 15 minutes and stir it again and then have it. Then we will cook it 2 more 15 minutes after that. All right, we've had it in there for 2 rounds. This is the second stir before we do the third 15-minute period. And isn't that looking good? All right, so we have that. And we'll push it back in. All right, and Alexa, 15-minute timer.
15 minutes, starting now.
All right, we just stirred it for the 3rd time, and we're going in for another 15 minutes. All right, it's been an hour now, and look at that beautiful Chex mix. Doesn't that look good? That party mix. And we're going to call this the Homestead Acre Party Mix, since it's our version. And how does it taste? Absolutely divine. Still warm, fresh out of the oven. And we're going to let this sit here to cool. And then we'll start boxing some of this up for gifts and as well as our personal use. And we'll do some other rounds, some other batches to help us get us through.
Did you know that Homestead News with Kevin and Pat had merchandise? That's right. There are a number of designs that are available. Not only for everyday use, but also designs specific to your favorite holidays. No matter which design you choose, you can have it put on a variety of products and materials as well. From shirts to sweats to hoodies. From cups to tumblers to plush animals, and even stickers. Check it out today by clicking the link below, or visiting our YouTube channel page and clicking on the Store tab.